Okay, so these are my top 5 reasons why not to buy a Switch. During the Nintendo's presentation, it was really good. I really want to support the Switch, but what this showed us doesn't, make me really want to buy one where I must need to. So I thought about 5 reasons why not to buy one. Let's start off with reason 5. It's the poor battery life. They stated that the Switch could last anywhere from 2.5 hours if you're playing a really graphic intensive game to 6 hours. And that's not too bad, but given that iPads, iPhones, or a lot of tablets, which the Switch is, it lasts a lot much longer than that. I would like to see Nintendo, I wish they bump it up. Only way that they can make up for this is that hopefully the battery is removable. That way you can switch it out if it runs out, or maybe buy like a bigger battery pack for the system. But right now, as it is 3 hour or 3 to 6 hours or 2.5 hours to six, isn't too much. Reason 4 is that the expensive accessories are really expensive. I mean, for what the Switch does come with a lot inside the box. It comes with the dock, the Joy Cons on the side, the tablet itself. Um, but let's say you lose your controller or it breaks for whatever reason because this is a portable, so I imagine you'll drop it. If your little Joy-Con breaks, it's gonna cost you another $79 to buy a new one or a new set. Um, and that's just really expensive versus what PlayStation and Xbox has for controllers. I wish Nintendo, lowered it down a little bit. The Pro controller, which I can see myself using, costs a lot more than what the PS3 controller costs or the Xbox One. And I'm comparing it just because this is what Nintendo's competition is. And let's say, for instance, you have two TVs in the house, you have to buy two docks, or you have to move one back and forth, which is kind of inconvenient, not really a good user experience. Or let's say your dock breaks, you have to spend another $89 for a new dock, and I find that pretty ridiculous because, I mean, it sends signal and receives power to USB-C. I'm hoping that once the Switch does come out, you could possibly buy a third party one because I know there's third party HDMI's and charging converters through USB-C on Amazon that are a lot cheaper than what Nintendo's offering. And the final thing is the battery pack for the Joy-Con controller grip. It's $29. I mean, I wish this was thrown in the box because it seems like something that you need in order to use the system ideally. Like all these accessories, like the Pro controller and the battery pack, I wish they gave it in the box because it seems like something that you need in order to, have like enjoyable experience. I mean, you don't need them to, use the system, but you fully enjoy it. I feel like you're gonna need to buy these two accessories especially, and the other two accessories, the dock and the Joy-Con extra Joy-Con controllers, is more for feature. Like if it breaks or like if it breaks, it's gonna cost you 79 or $89 for another dock or a extra set of controllers, and I find that unfair. And I don't have a picture of it, but the Joy-Con controllers by itself cost $49, and that's just even more expensive. If you break one of them and you just want to buy one, it costs almost, I don't know, like 1/3 of the system. It's pretty bad. Let's see. Okay, so the third reason why I don't like the Switch is that the online functionality of what Nintendo's showing us is really confusing. It doesn't make sense. Um, Judging from Nintendo's past experience with online, from Nintendo's DS, the 3DS, the Wii, and Wii U, they haven't done a good job. I mean, I remember when Sony first came out with their online system was a PS3. I know they had one on the PS2, but the PS3 was a lot more developed. They pretty much copied Xbox Live with the little friend list and the way the online service worked. And when the PS4 came out, they used all their ammo on that system. They did a lot of features they copied from Xbox, but it was the right thing to do because copying from Microsoft and like what Xbox Live did isn't a bad thing because they did a lot of things right, and I just don't see why Nintendo isn't following that trend because, I mean, they're at the Wii U right now, and then they're still using the friend codes. The online system isn't too functional. Even the Nintendo 3DS, online system is terrible. I remember the Mario game came out. What's it called? The one where you make your own levels. Oh, the reason why I got such poor reviews is because the sharing of that portion of that game was terrible. And what Nintendo's showing was the Nintendo Switch online functionality isn't too promising either. I mean, if you look in this little picture here, it looks like online play. It's a paid service, which is normal. But the way you voice chat on the system sounds ridiculous. Apparently you're gonna need a voice chat app and a smartphone. That isn't too bad for me because I have one, but I'm just imagining a bunch of kids grabbing their parents' phone to download the app to listen to me to do voice chatting, and I just find it ridiculous that you're gonna use a phone to voice chat. You might as well just call them on your phone to chat with your friend while playing your game, and it's just I don't know. It doesn't seem like the right thing to do, especially in 2017 when Xbox and PS4 pretty much have its down. The monthly game thing isn't too bad. I like that, but I wish that they didn't let it go away after a month. Because I mean, these are games that are like 20 years old. I mean, they'll be fun to play, but charging more money for them isn't really the smartest choice. I mean, I hope they change their mind and do it. But right now, as it is, the online function of the Nintendo Switch isn't too promising, isn't too bright. The second reason why I wouldn't want to buy a Switch is the third-party games. When Nintendo did that conference in January, when they showed a lot of what the Switch is gonna do, they showed this list of developers making games for the Switch. I think what they should have done instead of showing this list is actually show games from each of these developers that were, fully developed blockbuster games. Like for example, the Street Fighter game. It's the Street Fighter. Well, it's Super Street Fighter Turbo from way back in the day, brought back up on the system. I don't think that's even. I mean, I don't think too much people are being excited for that game, especially since Street Fighter 5 just came out. I mean, I know that's like PlayStation exclusive, but they could have easily ported like maybe possibly Street Fighter 4 or any other games that they release on the PS3, any other fighting games, versus that. I mean, right off the bat, from what they're showing us, even though they have all these featured titles like Skyrim, that's only I could really think of at the moment. Or what was that? That's that Sonic game. I mean, it's not anything too exciting. It's not no blockbusters. It's not like what the PS3 and Xbox have. I know I mentioned that a lot, but I mean, compared to their third-party titles, it's not too bright. Nintendo for sure is gonna do well on the first-party titles, but if you want anything else, like for example, you want like Call of Duty, or even not Rainbow Six. I'm sorry, Tom Clancy's or Battlefield. Any third-party title that's it's a new blockbuster for sure isn't gonna be on the system, which is kind of disappointing because if you love the system a lot, but you don't like the Nintendo games too much, you're not gonna really find too much enjoyment on that system. And the final reason why is I mentioned PS3 and Xbox a lot throughout my whole argument here is, there's better options out there. Xbox One costs $299 for the system, the controller, everything you pretty much need other than the TV, and it also comes bundled in with a great game. Same for PlayStation. It costs the same amount as the Switch, and bundles in with a game. On top of that, these two systems here are pretty much at their peak at the moment. Nintendo Switch is starting from the bottom, like the Drake song, and they're not. They're trying to catch up with these two companies, but they're not really understanding that they're at the bottom. They're gonna need more ammo, especially to catch up with these two systems at the moment, because right now Xbox and PlayStation, they're pretty much at their peak of how much they're gonna sell, how well they're doing. The games are coming out, the ones that they promised when they first initially launched, and they're just really far ahead. I don't think Nintendo has enough right now at the moment to even catch up with these competitors, especially since the libraries of these two systems are so full, or they're fully developed. They have a bunch of games on them that have crazy ratings that are really good. And the funny thing is, because those games probably got released maybe a year or 2 years ago, you can get them for a good deal. Versus Switch games where they're all gonna be brand new initially, and they'll be full price. So it's just really hard to justify Switch knowing that the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 cost almost the same amount, and it comes bundled in with the game. These are just the retail prices, but I'm sure if you go to eBay or Amazon, or do a little bit of shopping, you're able to get the Xbox One or the PS4 for even lower than these prices, which is like ridiculous because, I mean, like I said, these two systems have a lot of good games for it, and they're showing a lot of new games come out in the future, so it's a good investment versus the Switch, which is, that their games that they announced initially isn't too good, and what they announced for the future does show promising if you like Nintendo, but for third party games, it's not there. But these are my top 5 reasons why I don't think you should buy Switch at the moment. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I'll gladly answer them. Thank you.